there's one thing Metal Gear Solid fans love more than tactical espionage action, it's speculating about where the series' story will go next. We know a fair bit about the plot of Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain already, thanks to its prequel Ground Zeroes, from trailers and from the fact that it's set smack bang in the middle of the series' timeline. That's all fuel to the fire of fans speculating what kind of mind-bending high drama Kojima is going to spring on us in the finished game. Here are 6 of the most popular theories currently doing the rounds. Crazy as they are, they still wouldn't be the craziest thing Kojima's ever done.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Not even top 10.
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this.
Frank Yeager, otherwise known as Grey Fox, is a former Foxhound member. You might remember him as Null from Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops or the Cyborg Ninja in Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, that's him. Our first theory is that it's Grey Fox and not Big Boss, who you'll be playing as in Metal Gear Solid 5. Twist! Grey Fox is described as Big Boss's most trusted lieutenant, and the theory goes that Grey Fox is acting as a body double for Big Boss during the events of the Phantom Pain, as Boss recovers from his coma. When Big Boss is lying in the operating room after the events of Ground Zeroes, Kaz looks at the camera and asks, "What about him?"
What about him?
Yeah, like that, which seems to indicate the presence of a third person. Kojima has said in an interview that the third person is Kojima himself, watching over his creations, which of course makes total sense. Except, wait, no, it really doesn't? Does he mean the actual real-world Kojima? If so, then how can Kaz see him? Or does he mean the Kojima that turns up in Ground Zeroes?
What took you so long?
If so, how did he end up in hospital with Big Boss? I'm not entirely buying Kojima's explanation, and he's admitted in the past that he will sometimes just flat-out lie to maintain his secrets, which could give the Grey Fox body double theory some credibility. Most versions of this theory also speculate Grey Fox is Ishmael, who is the guy in the bandages who helps Big Boss escape from the hospital. This is based on how, from the footage we've seen so far, Ishmael has the voice of Kiefer Sutherland.
We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Big Boss in Phantom Pain is voiced by Kiefer Sutherland, so the theory goes that Grey Fox, going by the codename of Ishmael, is the person you play in Phantom Pain, and Big Boss is out of the picture while he recovers from explosion to the face. Also, Ishmael's face is bandaged, possibly to hide the fact that he looks like Big Boss, or is recovering from facial surgery so he can look like Big Boss. With me? The rather large problem with this theory is that, as we can see here, Ishmael has both his arms and doesn't have a giant bit of shrapnel sticking out of his head, whereas Big Boss has both of those things. Unless he's willing to take job dedication to the next level by actually cutting off his arm and sticking a metal spike in his forehead, it seems unlikely Ishmael is the guy you play as in Phantom Pain, or that Grey Fox is connected to him in some way. But it does bring us to our second theory.
It's an honor to be able to play this character. This character has an unbelievable legacy, but there's a real personal quality to the character.
Back in 2013, it was announced that Kiefer Sutherland would be replacing longtime Snake voice David Hayter in a move that outraged many, not least David Hayter. Hater's gonna hate. However, the theory that Big Boss isn't actually the character you play in Phantom Pain gives Hater lovers some hope. If that theory was on the money, then it could be that Sutherland is voicing someone else, and when we hear Big Boss talk, it'll be in the old familiar gravel-gargling tones of David Hayter.
I never actually said that.
Hayter categorically denied he will be appearing in Phantom Pain, tweeting, "Guys, for the millionth and last time, I am not in Metal Gear 5 in any way at all, no joke, just not, true story." But then that's what you would say if you were in the game, David Hayter. Ha! Plus the tweet got deleted, which proves it. Except it doesn't, really. Plus Big Boss in Ground Zeroes, which is set before the accident that puts Big Boss in a coma, is clearly voiced by Kiefer Sutherland.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Wait, maybe it's David Hayter doing a Kiefer Sutherland impression. Okay, we're reaching now.
Who are you? Who am I? I've been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael.
It's back to Ishmael for our next theory, since his true identity is a hotly debated topic among deep-thinking fans of the series. One theory is Ishmael isn't real. He's actually a figment of Big Boss's imagination, manifested to help him escape from hospital, like a bandagey Tyler Durden. This idea is backed up by how Ishmael is voiced by Kiefer Sutherland and how his eyes, the only part of his face we can see due to the bandages, are blue, like Big Boss's.
I don't like those blue eyes of his.
So Ishmael is Big Boss's subconscious, helping him to escape the hospital. Boss's body is weak after 9 years in a coma, and he needs the mental boost to help him make it outside. Ishmael seems to disappear as soon as Big Boss is safe, that is when Ocelot shows up on his horse. Right before that, we see Psycho Mantis, leading some to speculate that Ishmael is a vision created by Mantis to lure Boss out of the hospital. What is life? Or, wait, could it be that Ishmael is the medic from the helicopter at the end of Ground Zeroes? The game goes to great lengths not to show his face. He takes exactly the same explosion to the face as Snake, and oh what, he's voiced by Kiefer Sutherland too.
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic, we have to open her now.
Okay, so the voice has been lowered a bit, but that's definitely Kiefer.
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic, we have to open her now.
So what does that mean? Is the medic Ishmael? Is Ishmael real? Did Kojima just want to get his money's worth out of Sutherland? Is the whole thing just a dream? Oh, wait, that's theory number 4.
I need to tell you something. You've been in a coma for quite some time.
Right, so the next theory is that everything that happens in the Phantom Pain is all part of a lucid dream experienced by Big Boss while he's in his coma. That would certainly explain some of the more surreal elements, such as, well, I guess the on-fire unicorn and the giant flaming whale eating a helicopter and stuff like that. Big Boss also asks himself, am I in a dream and am I in hell during the trailer? The argument then goes on to say that the Phantom Pain gameplay we've seen so far is Big Boss's mind regaining its skills as he lies unconscious in his hospital bed, practicing the same mission over and over in different ways to hone his technique. Maybe even as a prologue chapter to the actual meat of the game. Remember that up until the release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Guns of the Patriots, all the trailers for the game were about Snake and the tanker chapter. Then when people actually played the game, they discovered to their delight that it was all one of Kojima's trademark rug pulls, and they'd actually be playing as Raiden for the majority of the game. Wait, not delight, what's the word? Fury, that's it. Anyway, Kojima has prior here, so we wouldn't rule it out.
Next up is the fan hypothesis that Quiet, the mute underdressed sniper, is actually Chico, who was the child soldier in Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes, and also actually, up to now, crucially, male. The idea goes Chico was so traumatised by the events at Camp Omega from Ground Zeroes that he became mute and underwent gender reassignment. I didn't even know that's how gender identity worked, but every day's a school day. Various bits of evidence are presented to support this, such as Chico and Quiet sharing an eye colour. Meh. Her looking to be about the right age for a 9 years older Chico. Sure. Paz telling Chico to be quiet in one of the audio recordings in Ground Zeroes. Get it? And Kojima's statements about the character and how she was created to be an antithesis to excessively exposed fighting game characters. According to Kojima, once you recognise the secret reason for her exposure, you will be ashamed of your words and deeds. Interesting, but I'm not sure that actually means Chico is Quiet. Also, the voice actress who plays Quiet denied the rumour when asked about it. Plus, looking at Quiet and her various abilities, it's much more likely she's related to the End, the incredibly antiquated sniper from Metal Gear Solid 3 who had various supernatural plant powers, like the ability to photosynthesize. Maybe Quiet needs all that skin exposed to sunlight so she can photosynthesize. So yeah, put this one on the maybe / we really hope not pile. I don't think Kojima's the right guy to tell the story of a transgender child soldier.
Much more plausible is the theory that Eli, the youth who curses his fate from the trailer, is actually Liquid Snake. If you're not super up on your Metal Gear history, Les Enfants Terribles was a US government project to clone Big Boss that led to the creation of the twin snakes, Solid Snake, who needs no introduction, and his brother Liquid Snake, who's the whiny British guy from the end of Metal Gear Solid.
They used me as a guinea pig.
Then there's the fact that Eli curses his fate. As you'll remember from Liquid's appearance in Metal Gear Solid, he spends most of the time whinging about his cursed genes, as he believed he had been given all of Big Boss's recessive genes.
I got all the recessive genes.
Also, he's wearing a necklace made of animal teeth that could be jackal teeth. I think Liquid mentioned hunting jackals one time.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals.
Compelling stuff. Finally, there's the name, Eli. Eli is a character in the Bible, bear with me, who has a curse placed on his house that none of his male descendants will live to old age. Kind of like the curse that is upon the twin snakes where they have accelerated aging. Or there's a biblical character called Eliab who's the older brother of King David. Solid Snake's real first name is David. Also, Eli has blonde hair, as does Liquid Snake. Actually, Raiden has blonde hair, and so does Paz. What if they're all related? What if the whole thing is
Those were the 6 fan theories about Metal Gear Solid 5 that are just crazy enough to be true. Share your theories with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more from Outside Xbox. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.